I was looking for a group of peers and friends and colleagues that I could share with, that I could grow with as a professional, but that I could also engage in conversation that was focused on how people had gone through similar situations and how they had made it out on the other side, how they had problem solved, how they'd built coalitions, how they'd worked through their own issues in their organizations, to really share ideas around leadership. And that's exactly what I found. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a group of like-minded, not necessarily like-minded individuals, but a group of individuals that are around my same age and level of experience, that shared values and wanted to make the world a better place and talk to each other about how to do that together more effectively.
I can't think of any other program that I've experienced where you make the same kind of gains in your interpersonal, team building, collaborative skill set than the program the Jackson Foundation was able to put together. And that's through exposure to leadership trainings, exposure to a diverse array of leaders, from the Attorney General to former members of the Seattle City Council who have run the gambit of service in the public and private sectors and can really critically share what has made their career successful, and tying it back to the underlying values of what made Senator Jackson such a successful legislator and politician in Washington State. And that level of value in 9 months was really unprecedented. I haven't experienced something like that through school or through other extracurricular activities, and it was really something that's special.
This has been such a great experience. One of the things that really stands out to me was on one of our first meetings. We were talking about the characteristics of a good leader and Jackson's key points of being a leader. And one of them was really being open to criticism and seeking out other people's ideas and taking that and being constructive with it rather than being defensive of it. And then using those ideas to strengthen your own initial concept. And that, from the very beginning, that stuck with me as a powerful lesson. And I feel like that one piece I've carried on in my own professional career and already, and throughout the different sessions that we've had, that taking that, not feeling defensive, but really being open to how can I continue to improve.
I have 3 experiences in this fellowship that have stood out. The first was definitely launching my fellowship project, Our Story, Climate Justice and Environmental Justice. The second was meeting with the Washington State Attorney General, Bob Ferguson, and hearing about his leadership principles according to chess. The lessons that he shared really resonated with me, having grown up playing chess as well. Obviously not as competitively or as seriously, but I really enjoyed that meeting and the very personal, approachable sort of setting that the foundation had created for us to converse with him. And then definitely all of the leadership trainings that we've had with the fellows, particularly the moments where each of us has been able to share personal, professional issues that we're going through, and sitting in a room with just very brilliant, talented, amazing people who can help you think through some of the issues that you're working on.
This was a big year of transition for me in my career, both personally and professionally. And the cohort of individuals, the Jackson Foundation team, the board, as well as the mentor that worked with me this year, were invaluable to helping me be really strategic and effective at those transitions. Without having that role in my year, I think it would have gone very differently. I don't think it would have been as successful. So there were tangible benefits where we would have a training and I would be able to immediately apply those principles or those learnings to my professional role. That had impacts on my interpersonal relationships in my career. That had impacts on the way that I worked with our team. It had impacts on how I saw my role within the organization and with our region. So that broader way of thinking really came through having these tools and these advisors, really a team of advisors around me that cared about my career and cared about my role here.
It's been a real joy to also meet people who actually worked for Senator Jackson and learn from their experiences and insights and reflections. And of course, the staff, the foundation's board and staff are both incredible. And I feel like I have become a part of, I don't know if it's the Jackson family through the foundation, and which has just been wonderful.
One of the things that I'd encourage from this, and an experience that, or a reason why I did it in the first place when I was reading about Scoop, was his bipartisan leadership. And I think in a world that we live in right now, where politics has become so much about right and left, we need more young leaders like Scoop that are going to be working on bipartisan solutions. So one of the big things I think, and learning from the 8 people that we were with, or the 8 people in the group, was that sense of bipartisanship wasn't lost on a younger generation. There is hope there, I think, for the political future of this country. It's happening slowly. And that's one thing is that I learned from the DC trip, is that there are bipartisan solutions happening. They're just not necessarily put up front in the media. So hopeful of bipartisan future. I think the more leaders that we have through this program, the better chances that we have of creating that environment are.
I want to say, in short, just a real message of gratitude to the foundation, the board, the staff, the community, the donors, supporters who've made this experience possible. The challenges we're facing right now can sometimes seem great for, as a millennial. It can be daunting, and not knowing the resources that are out there and the complexity of the problems we face, and knowing that there are people and communities who are willing to invest so much of their time, their money, their energy, their networks in helping us begin to take up the mantle, that beyond anything else gives me hope. And I don't know, I had that a few years ago, and now coming out of the Jackson experience, I definitely do. I look forward to rolling up my sleeves and working with my fellows, working with the communities, my peers, people from all walks of life to get this stuff done. So thank you to everyone who made this possible.